What's up, y'all, and thanks for stopping by the Surge T channel. I'm Surge T, and in tonight's video, I'll be talking about AEW Dynamite, and live from Pittsburgh, PA, for August 11, 2021. And goddamn, the Elite never cease to cringe me the fuck out. Do they have their own identity, or do they love to imitate other wrestlers? They are so over the top, just I don't want to watch it no more. I'm tired of looking at them. They look so stupid. They can't cut promos to save their lives, and they are so just I don't know, man. It's like I'm done with even caring about watching anything. If they're going against an interesting opponent that I want to see them in a match with, I will watch it. But at the same time, I actually definitely did skip this match. They were in a match with Dante Martin and who else did they wrestle? Oh, the Seidel brothers. And then in the end, they deliver a BTEV trigger on Dante Martin. And of course, they win. I mean, it's getting too predictable with these fools. You talk about being protected. That's what these guys are, the elite. Now you got like a majority of them who are like the EVPs in AEW. Why wouldn't they? I think it's time to take those titles off of them seriously, because it gets predictable. Like, who cares about their matches when they're always winning? You know. Now, after this, Christian Cage comes out and at All Out on September 5th in Chi-Town. He faces Omega for the AEW Championship and is flanked by Jurassic Express, who are the number one contenders for the tag titles. Now, I hope the Elite lose their titles, and I know they won't, like I said, because it seems like they're so protected. But Omega may lose a title that's on the line at the debut of Rampage, and that's the Impact World title that he's going to put on the line against Christian Cage. And next week in Houston, the Bucks will put their titles on the line against Jurassic Express on Dynamite. Now, Malachi Black has put Cody Rhodes, seemingly, has put him out of action. And, well, he will make anyone feel desolate and alone because all they will see is shadows. Very, very ominous. Just whenever he speaks. And, he even said that it was going to be quick. That match they had at Homecoming. And it was. And you see the results. Cody Rhodes is seemingly now out of action. Now, we see a promo for the Rhodes to the Top, a new TNT series that features Cody and Brandy and the Rhodes family. Don't know if I would watch that. I don't even watch, Total Bellas or Total Divas and all that in WWE. So I really could give a fuck about any of their what do you call the shows? Their reality shows. I might check out the first show just to see if it's good. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Why not? Now, Fuego del Sol, he'll take on Miro for an opportunity. If he beats Miro for the challenge for the TNT title, and this match will take place at Rampage. And is Miro looking to you like a protected champ? I mean, he's undefeated, but he's being giving these opponents. He had what do you call it last week? Lee Johnson. And it seems like these opponents, aside from aside from the Murder Hawk and some others, but he's mainly been being challenged by people that he can easily beat. You gotta start putting some top tier people in there. More. I'm talking about every time, not just once in a while, because he's gonna look like a weak ass champion. How could anybody make him look weak when Miro is a beast like that he is? But come on now. Now, Darby Allen, we see him take on Daniel Garcia. He's accompanied by 2.0. It was an okay match, but Darby ends up with the win after hitting the coffin drop. And then 2.0 are teed off on by Sting and Darby, and Sting even gets one of them in a suplex and suplexes them onto the rampway. I still haven't memorized those guys' name as they used to be Everrise in NXT. Now they're 2.0. So one guy's name Jack something. I gotta learn their names. But until then, they're known as 2.0. Now Death Triangle are backstage. They're actually reunited after 2 weeks after Pac has been delayed, his travel and all that. And both of them have their sights set on Andrade. Pac does, and then the tag titles, because Pac said, "You two," talking to the Lucha Bros, "you two are the best, and you should be up, challenging for the tag titles," and they may do so. Now we got trios tag team action with Wheeler Yuta and Chuck and Orange Cassidy. They go against Matt Hardy and Private Party. And what is the up with Isaiah Cassidy and that high pitched squeal? Enough of that shit. Like he got he got that back body dropped and he screamed like a girl. And then who was that? One of the guys went to go punch him and he screamed like a girl. Does he think that that's what do you call it? That's good for his character, or that's good for the thing? Like everybody's gonna laugh, like hey, like that. No, everybody's gonna go like, what the hell is up with that? Are you a man or are you a child? Like the first time I heard that was like many months ago, and I'm like, what was that? Like I thought like somebody in the crowd, he screamed. I'm like, who's that? And then you find out it's him. It's Isaiah. Like, man, you know what I mean? Now, in the end, this match was all over the place. It was really crazy. And then we see Wheeler Yuta get hit with a twist of fate. And HFO get the win, and Yuta is a weak link. He's always on the losing end. And he really is an ill fit. Now, Trent got his neck fusion surgery, and they're talking about him coming back. They can't wait for him to come back, and I go, is he going to come back from that type of surgery? There's a lot of advancements in surgeries now, but neck surgeries and all that. So maybe, but probably isn't that serious. But best of recovery to him. Trent is one of the best guys in when it comes to like the tag team division, and he's also a very very good wrestler on his own. So hopefully he'll be all right, and hopefully he'll be able to come back, and then Wheeler Yuta can go to the back of the what do you call it? Back to wherever he came from, because I don't know if he's really complimenting these guys well, especially the fact that he's on a losing end every week. Now Andrade, well, Chavo accepts a match with Pac at All Out, and Andrade doesn't seem to like Chavo speaking for him. Even tells him that, hey, I'm the boss. Chavo is kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he's trying to take some of that shine off of Andrade and trying to make himself look good. You know what I mean? Like, it's Andrade's show in regards to these guys. You know what I mean? It's like, and the fact that Andrade is getting a little bit better with his English, and he's starting to be more confident when he talks on the mic and all that stuff. But he's the one, man. And Chavo's kind of interrupting him, and Andrade's looking at him like, "What are you doing?" But that match is set for All Out, and All Out looks already starting to look really really good. They really put together a good card, and all the matches were pretty much revealed. Well, not all the matches, but matches that are being set up look really good. Hopefully, it's better than last year's, because I really did not like that. It was probably the worst pay-per-view I've seen last year. Now, gotta say, man, Santana and Ortiz and FTR, their rivalry, man, is getting more and more intense as the weeks go by. We already see what happened to what do you call it, to Cash Wheeler. That they showed it again, how his arm got pinched on the hook on the turnbuckle, and it totally ripped the thing, and he was bleeding all over the place. But he came back. These guys are super tough, and I think that's how Santana Ortiz likes it. They like it bloody. They like to get up, and they like to continue fighting, and that's what they were talking about. No matter if they get bloody, no matter that's what matters. So you get back up, and we know that Dax and Cash are, FTR are really tough, super tough, double tough, and I can't wait to see the culmination of this rivalry. it can go on forever as far as I'm concerned. You talk about fight forever, it could be these two teams, man. But I don't think that'll be healthy for them because one of them is going to end up, having to retire early. You wouldn't want to see that. Now, 17-3 is Nyla Rose, and Chris Statlander is undefeated since returning and is the number 3 ranked woman in AEW. And I tell you, Vicky doesn't need a megaphone, and she even screams at Orange Cassidy. And dogs all over Pittsburgh are barking, as JR says. I love what JR said. It was hilarious. A great line by JR. And it's funny because, let's just go. We then see in the end an area 451, excuse me, an area 451 by Statlander, and she gets the pin and the win. It was a very impressive match. Two powerhouses, I mean, Nyla Rose usually she's all about dominating with her power, but not with Chris Statlander in the room, man. She's very impressive, and she's a favorite of mine. I love her. And it's funny because then you see Orange going like this with his ears, like probably ears are still ringing because Vicky Guerrero, as much as she's a total sweetheart, and I met her at an Access, and she's really, really down to earth, and so, but she is such a like that nails on the chalkboard, annoying heel manager and all that stuff, and she does it well. It makes you hate her when you see her on the screen, but she is really, really super nice in real life. So I guess what they say is true is when somebody is a really good person in real life on the screen, whatever they do, they are very good at being, evil, bad people, like in wrestling heels, So that was just hilarious when he's still recovering from that screaming because she just went right in his face and started screaming. I don't know if Orange Cassidy really pretended to be like this because she was pretty loud. So he's probably gonna hear some. He probably heard some ringing when he went back to his room, back to his hotel room, or back to his place where. So but that was a good match. It was a decent match, a good matchup of power versus power. And Chris Statlander gets the victory. That's good because she's going to maintain being undefeated, and she's going to climb the ropes as other people lose their matches and maybe go down a peg. She's going to keep moving up. We ought to see that. Now, the Young Bucks speak backstage, and in Chris Tucker's voice, I don't give a fuck. And I skipped that shit. I skipped it because who cares what they say? Because I'm going to end up chucking up the food that I just had about a couple hours ago. Now, Red Velvet and Dr. Breaker DMD are main eventing Rampage's debut show. That's pretty big because that's the first show in history that's going to be the first debut. I mean, the first main event, and they're main eventing the match, and that's a big time right there. And I gotta tell you, this is the women's champ's hometown. And why do I feel like she's gonna insult the crowd still? But he doesn't. Her parents are in the audience, they're in the front row, and the crowd is popping for her. Now, she is confident and always felt that she was the top woman in the AEW division and the baddest bitch on the block. That's her words, not mine. Don't come at me. And then, after she says what she says, the Red Velvet attacks the champ. It's very emotional and a lot of passion between these two ladies. And am I excited for this match? I mean, Red Velvet is still someone who is building her name. And I've seen her wrestle. Of course, we all have. And she really is good in the ring. She really held her own against, even though she lost, but she held her own against, Jade Cargill, who actually had her match on Dark Elevation. She won against Amber Nova. So she's starting to build up her thing again. And hopefully we'll see her on Dynamite. Now, the Dark Order's Evil Uno and Stu Grayson challenged the Good Brothers for their Impact Tag Team Championships. What a night so far. When you have these different... And I was just thinking to myself, I go, you got talks of the NWA Women's Championship, and you got the Impact Tag Team Championships, and you have these other just various tag team titles. That's what's so good about a company like AEW who has partnerships with other companies. You see these championships that you might not be recognized, or you might not recognize, or you might not even seen before. I'm very familiar with with the NWA and with Impact, but some people aren't. So when you bring them on here, it's kind of a good exposure. It'll make you want to go and watch Impact. But I am so just inundated with watching wrestling every day, almost every day, like Monday through Friday, that I don't have time to watch Impact. Even though I'm really, really pleased with what they're doing. very interesting stuff happening on Impact. But I'm too busy with what I watch, and sometimes it's hard. I like to watch. I would like to watch New Japan. I would like to watch Ring of Honor. I would like to watch NWA. But I don't have time. But hopefully I can in the future. But we have this tag team title. It's online. It's the first time on Dynamite. And even this executive vice president of Impact, Scott D'Amore, is on commentary. And I tell you, man, Stu Grayson is an athletic sight to behold. Because at one point, he steps on the shoulder of Anderson and delivers a tornado DDT on Doc Gallows. And then you see he and Evil Uno hit that Cannonball 450 combo. You see, what do you call it? You see Evil Uno do the Cannonball, and you see Stu Grayson do the 450, but only gets a 2 count. And then the Good Brothers look to hit the Magic Killer, but then Uno breaks it up. And then we see the gun stun by Anderson, followed by the Magic Killer, and your tag team champs of Impact are the Good Brothers. I mean, of course, they weren't going to lose the titles, if they're ever going to. I mean, this is the second time that they've held the titles, so we'll see what happens in the future. And if anybody is going to challenge them again, if they defend the titles again on Impact, that'll be cool. On Impact, on Dynamite. Now, let's look at the Brick House Camille, the NWA Women's Champion. And she says that Leela Hirsch won't get her off her feet because Leela Hirsch is as diminutive as she is, small as she is, 4'11", but she's able to take women that are taller than her, bigger than her, off their feet. But this Camille, the women's champ of the NWA, she says that Leela Hirsch is not going to take her off her feet. And she says that the underdog will be beaten at NWA Empower, and the whole world will watch her be beaten. Very confident. She's very, very impressive looking. Never seen her before, except for that last week when she was at ringside. And she went into the ring, and I remember you saw that total contrast of how tall and big Camille is compared to Leela Hirsch, But we'll see if she can step up to the, and become the new champion. I don't know. I don't give her much hope, but at the same time, it's going to be fun seeing her try. And who knows? We might get an ultimate underdog ending, and let's see. Maybe she'll win. You never know. Now, will QT Marshall, that's what next to be called, apologize to Tony Schiavone? But no, it's Tony who should apologize. All the stuff that he said about him and all that. That's what QT was saying. But then he and the Factory decided to beat on Chris Schiavone, the son of Tony Schiavone, and that brings out the man Paul White. Aaron Solo gets thrown to the big man because, of course, QT Marshall ain't gonna go up to face with with Paul White, and then Aaron Solo gets choke slammed for his effort. Then we see Paul White stare a hole through QT Marshall. So I guess that's going to be a match because not only is he a commentary for Dark Elevation, but Paul White is also a talent. He's also signed on as a talent, so he's going to wrestle sometime down the road, and this is probably going to be his opponent. Probably at All Out, we'll say. Now, Darby and Sting face 2.0 in a Texas Tornado tag match, as well as the Bucks and Jurassic Park battle for the AEW tag team titles on Dynamite next week. I mentioned the latter part, but the first one I said, that was brought up, and I didn't expect that, and that's going to be fun. Like I said, I like 2.0, who were known as Everrise in NXT, and let's see how they do as a tag team instead of being saddled with Daniel Garcia. I mean, the guy is an impressive competitor. He actually competed in a number of matches before Dynamite. He was, I think they said that he even did a 60-man Iron Man match. I'm thinking, and then they go, how did he do that? How does he bounce back like that? And then one of them said, well, he's 22. That's how. And I go, yeah, exactly. He's young. Of course, he's going to be able to bounce back. But that's quite impressive. Kind of makes me kind of be like admire the kid, because he's like, holy crap, you went through did all that wrestling before you did Dynamite, and then you were able to be good on him. But we're going to see 2.0 and Darby and Sting go at it in a tag team match. Now, The fourth labor of Jericho is up, and the crowd sing his theme song, and I love it. And I hope to one day be in attendance so I can do the same. Now, Wardlow hits the ring, and he looks ready and intense. And I thought MJF was going to be the special ref for this match. I guess I heard wrong last week, or maybe it was changed, because I could have sworn. And then that's the reason why I got everybody going, uh-oh, because how is he going to overcome that? And I even said that what's going to happen is probably Jericho's going to knock him out and take his hand and count. And then, but, they change on the fly oftentimes, cars subject to change, right? Or in this case, the match description is subject to change, But we see, the match is, pretty much all Wardlow, but we do see in the beginning because, Jericho goes at it with Wardlow right away. He hits a code breaker, but then Wardlow kicks out and smiles. And then Jericho is befuddled. And I don't blame him. What the hell? That's what he's thinking, JR even mentions that a certain dead man was beaten with that move. I witnessed it. I saw it. As JR says, we know who the dead man is, right? The Undertaker, of course. Remember, this is the man Jericho who beat Stone Cold and The Rock in the same night to become the undisputed champion. So if you don't believe it, hey, he did that. So so I'm sure he beat the Undertaker, right? Now, damn man, like Wardlow was dominating this whole match. I thought he was going to win, and then so it would be kind of like another because we were expecting that Jericho was going to win, and then he's going to face MJF, but it would have been kind of a surprise, like okay, and then there's going to be somehow he's going to still get MJF in the ring, but he hits Jericho with 2 power bombs, then he hits that F10. But we see Wardlow with a move that he usually connects and he usually takes out his opponents. He has an opponent on the top turnbuckle. He he pulls him off and then he hits that high knee. But then Wardlow is reversed somehow, and Jericho is able to put on the walls of Jericho. But then MJF is sent to the outside after he is caught by Aubrey the ref trying to hand Wardlow that $50,000 diamond ring. Remember that ring that he always likes to knock people out with, that little sneak, that little rat, like Tony Schiavone likes to say. But and then Aubrey is she's busy with MJF, and then Jericho is able to employ Floyd the Bat and nails Wardlow with it, and then he connects with the Judas effect, and now he is set for the 5th labor. He wins this match. So now he will be facing MJF, and it'll be MJF versus Jericho next week. But then Spears attacks Jericho from behind. But better yet, Sammy hits the ring and attacks Spears. But Wardlow powers Sammy down, taking him out. And then Hager sends all of them scattering out of the ring when he hits the ring. Of course, why would you not do that when you're seeing the big man, the MMA fighter himself, Hager, Jake Hager, get in there. Of course. Now, we then find out what the stipulation of MJF is for next week. He says, no Judas effect, no music, so that the dumb fans, as he says, won't be able to sing along, just dead silence. And he says that if Jericho hits him with the Judas effect, MJF wins automatically. Now, I like this match, even though it's predictable, the whole journey of the 5 labors, but it's the payoff. Hopefully, after this, no more Jericho, no more MJF. They can go about their business, go elsewhere, and then maybe they could revisit it later on down the road. Because it's going to start getting stale, and people are going to start being like, enough of these two, Because of course there's still, with FTR and Santana and Ortiz, that's still going. Sammy and Spears, that's just, that's starting to build. So I think they're always going to be connected, but we'll just wait and see what happens with this match, and if it happens, however it goes. Jericho hasn't beaten MJF before, MJF's talked about being 2-0 and he's going to be 3-0. So we'll see what happens, because if Jericho ever is able to beat MJF, MJF's going to want to get some payback. It's going to keep going back and forth unless these guys get separated and they put them on someone else, have a different rivalry for a while, for a meantime, and then they let them come back. That'd be perfect. But AEW Dynamite never fails. I've never been disappointed with any of their shows. I think that they're always delivering. AEW, I'm telling you, is continuing to rise. They're not falling, even though sometimes they get missteps with the end of matches at pay-per-views. We've seen what happened with the Blood and Guts, and we've seen what happened with these other matches that is supposed to be a big finish, but then it seems like they bounce back and people forget about that. But AEW can do no wrong right now. They're on a roll, and how they have next Dynamite setups, and even the matches they've announced for All Out so far, really, really good. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to everything that's taking place when it comes to AEW Dynamite or AEW in general. AEW in general. But anyway, that's my video. And for those of you who stopped by and checked it out, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And in closing, as always, take care.